Hello, greetings everyone, and welcome to Powertime Practice here at Pillai Center. Powertime Practice, and this is Pillai Center Practice YouTube. So welcome to everyone who is joining for the first time and those of you who have been joining from week to week, month to month, and year to year. My name is Sucharita, and I also have Radha Betsy, who is on the chat support, and Nyanya, who has been writing up all the fabulous newsletters. And so the three of us have been enjoying being of service and support to everyone who participates in finding out what is happening with Dr. Pillai and the teachings, the courses, the events that are going on, the power times to be empowered as much as possible. So thanks for joining, and we are going to be celebrating a really fabulous time coming up, starting with Mother's Day. Tomorrow, I'm here in Toronto, Canada, and it is Saturday, May 8th, 2021. And so Sunday is Mother's Day. And then we have that. So that's going to be kicking off this goddess energy, this Kundalini energy that's going to be asking us to be our highest and best, no matter what. So we will have some support coming from the mother, whether we have a good relationship with her or not as a biological parent, or if she's passed away, her soul is always readily available and wanting us to pray for the evolution. So we're here as spiritual aspirants to find out what we can do to evolve ourselves and help hopefully evolve the whole planet. So regardless of what tradition you are coming from, your spiritual tradition or your religious traditions, there are some secrets that Dr. Pillai is so happy to be sharing with everyone. And that comes from the permission of the Siddhas. So he hails from the Siddha tradition of South India, and they are very mystical and magical. They want to get the essence of each of these traditions and then honor them and help everyone to explore it and see what happens in their life. So it's a spiritual science, and we are our own experiment. So it's not so much about belief and, transforming anything in your life. So you're converting to something or another, because that's what we found is we can see all the similarities across the cultures, across the traditions. So it becomes easier to digest, perhaps, intellectually and also spiritually. We don't have that angst, like, am I doing this right, or am I going against the tradition? And that's what we're here to find out from everybody who is all around the world. So you're welcome to say hello and where you're from, and perhaps a little bit about your experience or your journey with Dr. Pillai and the teaching so far. If you're brand new, well, something has guided you to be here. And that's where Dr. Pillai, the highest spiritual master here on the planet, he is awakening those souls who are ready to receive this transmission. So we have this goddess tradition that is coming up. It's once a year. It's called Akshaya Tritiya, and it is a time period where everything you touch is gold. So it's a Midas moment touch. Midas moment where you can see everything in your life, and you can look inside of yourself even and find the gold in it. Rather than a silver lining, you find the gold lining. So gold, 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 that's what it's all about. And gold is the currency that traditionally, I don't know how much it is so much anymore, but traditionally that's what they measured their currencies on, the amount of gold that each government had. Or I'm not even sure if it's the government. Oh my goodness. So the amount of gold the country had was how they measured their currency. So it's all digital now, right? We've got crypto. How is that related to gold consciousness? So why gold? Well, gold is what's inside the earth. It's what is the molten lava, the fire inside of the core of the earth is firing up the earth plane, and all the rocks can be transformed into the gold with this heating energy, this intense heating energy. And so when we take it inside, or metaphysically all around us in a subtler realm, so imagine the Kundalini energy, that goddess energy inside of us, it is going to turn us into gold. It's going to grind down that muddy, muddy karma that we have and shine it up like a piece of gold. So health is wealth. True wealth is that energy, that wisdom, that beauty, that peace, that joy inside. You can't put a penny on it. You can't even put $1 or $1,000,000 or $1,000,000,000. I've met millionaires and billionaires in my journey with Dr. Pillai over the years. And what they say is, my God, you hardly have anything in your bank account, and yet you have a heart of gold, or you have such joy, such happiness. And it really is what it's all about, because in the end, what can you take with you? Your joy, your happiness, your heart of gold, and your memories that you're going to have. And all the memories that everyone else is going to have are going to be golden moments. So that's what we want to do, is access the goddess's energy and give us the comforts that we need, as in, your home, your car, your job, your clothes, your beauty, your joy all around you, your comforts, and having more than that, so that you can help others evolve as well, because that's what we're here to do too, is to be our highest and best. And when we have what we need, and we have more than we need, then we know the goddess is in alignment with us. So we're going to align that goddess energy with this cosmic event that's happening, Akshaya Tritiya. So Tritiya means third. So it aligns with the third moon at this point in time, according to the Tamil calendar, the Vedic calendar. And then Akshaya means to forever. It's everlasting. It doesn't ever get depleted. So this time of the year, traditionally, we do all these rituals, because rituals make you feel rich. And we're going to dive into something like that as well. A minor taste tester of it. So, and then we'll share about how you can participate in the proxy services that are going on in India, and your name and your star and your family's name will be there as well. And you will get those blessings because it's at the level of the soul. So we come to a spiritual master to get the blessings for our soul. We don't know how to fill our soul up with gold consciousness. So once a year, there is a special alignment, and Lakshmi Gina is going to be talking about that tomorrow during her webinar on Pillai Center. I think it's actually Shreem Brzee channel. However, Radha is here, and I'm sure she's going to post the link for everyone to join that webinar, because she's going to share about these really powerful alignments. And then, historically speaking, what does that mean? So it brings it alive. It brings the mythology, the mythotherapy, so you can get into the storytelling of how it all began, and then why Lakshmi and the banker of heaven, Kubera, he got his boon during that time, or he got his assignment, his promotion to that level of being the banker of heaven. Parasurama was this really great warrior form of Vishnu. He came in, he was an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and he came in and he just destroyed all the evil, poverty consciousness, not having enough consciousness, not being good enough, low self-esteem, all that low stuff. Parasurama came in, and he's the one who just wielded his sword and chopped up all those bad guys. So there are other things that are going on too. Planetary alignments, the planet Venus is also associated with the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, during this Akshaya Tritiya. So there's going to be a webinar tomorrow. Gina Lakshmi, her spiritual name is Lakshmi, and she is the perfect person to be sharing about the storylines and then helping you to get into it. Also, Swami Nivali, one of our Pillai Center teachers, as well as a Vedic astrologer, has done a beautiful video, only a few minutes, and she has captured all those highlights. So please check it out, and then you may be interested in getting Vedic astrology from Swami Nivali, a Vedic astrology consultation from Swami Nivali, and you can ask her about your money planets or your gold planets. And then she will help you to navigate your life so that you can find the perfect job or career or business opportunity, or maybe money is going to be coming to you out of nowhere. So honoring this goddess energy is really something that we're opening the door for everyone to explore. And it's going to be up to you. You will be guided to do what is best for you. So we want to just let you know what's out there, and you may be inspired to go and participate in any one of the different services that I've talked about so far. So who is Lakshmi? Lakshmi comes from the word Lakshya. Lakshya means the goal. If we don't have a goal, if we don't have a direction, we don't know where we're going, how can we get our goal fulfilled? How can we fulfill our destiny? If we're destined to go down a dark path, the gold isn't going to be there. Scary stuff is going to be there. And we have seen that when we get into deep, deep debt, or we get into poverty consciousness. So as Dr. Pillai has shared over the years, that Lakshmi, or Shreem Brzee, as her new form of the goddess has come in, because we're always evolving, even the gods and the goddesses evolve to get better and better, because there's more and more people on the planet as the age or the time goes by. So it makes sense that the goddess has to get more powerful. And then we as human beings can have the bijas, or the seed sounds, that will help to have a good, to align and have a good Wi-Fi connection, a divine Wi-Fi connection. So we need to know the passcodes, and these are the passcodes, Shreem and Brzee. So those are the power sounds that were given to Dr. Pillai by Vishwamitra, who was once an emperor, and he turned into the greatest yogi. And he said, listen, I can't give away the gold and the jewels and all the money of my kingdom. It will then perish. It will be no more. So I have to find a way to make people wealthy. And so he meditated and meditated and meditated, and he came up with the sound Brzee. And then he gave it to Dr. Pillai, who was able to give it to us over the past couple of decades. And people have been having tremendous experiences and miracles in their lives. So those passcodes, those divine passcodes are going to awaken royalty consciousness, like that of Vishwamitra, the king, the emperor, who said, you know what, this gold is going to perish, this material gold, but we need the gold of the divine help. So you may not have a billion or a million or even a trillion, whatever it is now that the big bucks are going, and all the wealthy are going after. It's the consciousness inside of you that says, hey, I need to live that royalty consciousness, that highest self-esteem. And whatever that looks like in your life, you are just glowing perhaps with that light and love and super consciousness. And you're so happy that money can't buy your happiness. and you can't put a dollar figure or even $1 billion figure on it, because it is something that you exude. You have the health and the wealth and the joy and the spiritual enlightenment. And that's what Lakshmi or Shreem Brzee will do during this power time. So this door is going to be opening up in the cosmos. All these alignments are happening. These divine events are going to be going on to help us to remember. Maybe we didn't follow this tradition, and then all of a sudden we are interested in it. And then we've heard the stories and like, I don't really know. But then all of a sudden it wakes up. So it is an everlasting story. It's going on and on and on. And so we need to erase the karma, which is our mindset that says, no, I don't think that I want that, or I'm never going to aspire to that, or how am I going to do that? And we freak out and we create all these internal blocks. So that can go on, and we can't turn it off. Even if we have $1 million check in our hand, we will quickly spend it. And that's what they've studied over the years. So we want to have this consciousness that continues to grow our bank account, even though perhaps our salary might not change so much from year to year. We will have this ability to expand our consciousness so that savings consciousness comes, and all the things that we thought would make us happy don't necessarily have any value for us anymore. And then we start to invest, we start to open up this creative potential inside of us that says, hey, why don't you invest in, stocks or options, or have some investments, consciousness coming in. So it's really, really important, especially as we get older, because we need to do our spiritual practices, but we also have to have an income to keep the roof over our head and the food in our fridge and so on. So if we need medical supplies and that's not paid for, we need any assistance. It's an on and off story. However, it's great for everybody who's on the spiritual path because we have that much more time. We're not running around here and there just killing time or wasting time. We are able to do our spiritual practices. So in a way, coronavirus is being quite a lovely reason to lock down and do the spiritual practices. It gives us an excuse because nothing much changes for everybody. So you don't spend too much time on the phone or talking about stuff that's going on because everybody's in lockdown. So now with this Akshaya Tritiya, it is something that aligns with this goddess Lakshmi Shreem Brzee or Mahalakshmi, the great Lakshmi, that will give you the ability to fight thoughts of poverty. So Dr. Pillai says poverty is a disease of the brain. And it's like, what? Do we have a tumor? And it's almost energetically, we do. We block having that consciousness always be a part of our brain's activity. So the brain is actually just something that grabs onto thoughts, and thoughts are karmic. So if we can't shift from poverty thoughts to prosperity thoughts without having those neurotic thoughts, oh my God, please, please, please help me. I got to pay my visa. I got to pay my bills. I got to pay my mortgage and so on. And that's very real. So we want to get out of that suffering mode and that anxiety and get into a consciousness that is going to help us to get the financial support that we need. So these spiritual practices are not necessarily going to take you by the hand and take you to your bank manager, or take you to your financial advisor, or take you to someone who can help you to get your finances sorted out, or, you know, to qualify for a mortgage or whatever it is that you're going after. But it will help you to get that energy going inside of you to motivate you to go do it yourself. So walking hand in hand with the divine means that you got to do the physical movements, and you've got to do the physical rituals to enrich your consciousness. So that's what we're here to do. And I don't want to spend too much more time talking about it, because you're going to find out a lot more about it watching the video that Swami Nuvali had done a voiceover on Ashraved, and then also the webinar that you're going to see tomorrow with Lakshmi Jina doing the webinar through the Shreem Brzee channel or Pillai Center channel. Oh, there it is. Pillai Center Practice. The yellow banner is Radha, and she has posted here, free webinar with Lakshmi, how to use the greatest wealth power time of 2021. Join live on May 9th so that's Sunday, May 9th at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And that's 4 p.m. UTC, 9:30 p.m. IST. And the link is there. So please check it out. I'll be on chat on the viewing page. And there is also a YouTube channel. So that's what we wanted to give you a heads up about. We want everlasting, ever increasing, non-depleting wealth, health, happiness, joy. Because when we don't have money in the bank, how do we feel? We feel like we're like, oh, we're so low, and why me? And how am I going to get more? And this poverty consciousness, even though we say, well, I'm not poor, we're acting like it. We're thinking it. So we've got to stop that. So the sound, Shreem Brzee, together will really bust it up. And it will give us that ability to turn our attention. So Lakshya is the word that Lakshmi comes from, that says, hey, go look over here. This is the direction that you change your thoughts to. And then you will be empowered by the sound. And so let's find out what that feels like. And then after this ritual that we're going to do here, we'll talk a little bit about what is available through Pillai Center and Ashraved, and Radha will also pop those links on there for you to join those services as well, if you would like. And when you do, so you do this once a year, and I do this every year, and I am so surprised. Again, my salary doesn't change so much, and yet I'm able to do so much more. things come to me, or I get these fabulous discounts or deals, and I'm not like a coupon penny pincher, so on, but someone will say, hey, you should try this. And then all of a sudden I get thousands of dollars off. Or there's always money in the bank and I'm not even trying to save the money. It's just always there. There's always enough and more that I'm able to do my charitable contributions to Tripura Foundation, which is super easy. So Radha will also pop that link on there. It's really a good idea during this Akshaya Tritiya time period to help those who cannot help themselves. So we don't always know who those people are, or the people we have helped, it turns out to be not so great, because that's our karma. And we're just like, why do I keep helping that person? I'm only enabling them to, keep drinking or, destroying themselves. So Akshaya Tritiya says, no, don't worry about those who are on a karmic path. Pray for them. That you want to help those who really want to make a difference in their lives and they don't have a hope. So for me, anyways, I love it because the hope programs or helping the elderly are really important, because we're going to be there someday, and you never know when your wealth can be challenged. So all through COVID year, anyone who is working with Pillai Center or Ashraved, we've been so blessed to be protected. Our jobs have been intact. And promotions have even been there. I had a promotion. I was like, I'm not even looking for a promotion. And it was presented to me. So this is how these windows of time, these high energy cosmic events pierce through into the Earth's atmosphere and gets into people who are ready to receive that intelligence, that information. And then it pours into their life and it totally protects a life. So the link to Swami Diwali's video should be through Ashraved, and Radha's probably searching for it now. So we'll try to get it up there, or we'll give it to you in the newsletter. So please, if you haven't selected the subscription, if you haven't checked it off, get that, because you're going to get a newsletter every week. And then that will have all these links here from the YouTube channel inside of that newsletter. So you can just keep clicking from the newsletter to find out more about these things that we're just touching on. So without further ado, let's get into this ritual that will enrich you or enliven your soul. And then as you are going through this process, just before we start, we're going to do a little bit of a cleansing or a clearing process, a meditation. These are all Dr. Pillai's teachings that we have been sharing. So to help you to get centered and get out of your, your everyday mind and get into a spirit of receptivity, or a place of receptivity where the energy can start to come alive inside of you. So we want to have an experience and not just pray and hope it all works out. So the goddess is within, and we're going to be calling on her using the password. So this is the divine Wi-Fi code, and that is going to give us a clear connection. And then when we go through the ritual, we're going to offer 5 different items that represent the different elements. So we're going to represent a food item that represents the earth. We're going to offer the water, which represents the water element. And then the fire is going to be a ghee lamp. And then we're going to offer, and that's fire. So then the air is going to be the incense that we'll offer, the Shreem Brzee incense. And that's like doing a mini fire lab, a mini fire ritual. And we'll also do a little bit of a mini fire ritual here, so you can see how easy it is. Now that I've been just sharing about it. And then the final element is the space, or the akash, the ether. So what represents that is the flower. So the flower is something that when you give someone a flower, you don't even have to say anything. You don't even have to do anything. When they receive it, it's like their whole being lights up. And they're just like, whoa. So that's the divinity. That's the essence of a flower. And it will speak more than you can say in words, whether that's I love you or I'm sorry or I'm, whatever it is that you're, truce or whatever. You just want to experience joy and happiness. So you can see that the flower is really, it is a divine piece of earth that says, access this energy from the earth, offer it to the divine, and you will feel that communion. So all these different items that we're going to offer are going to represent the different chakras as well, and the 5 elements that make up everything inside of us as well as outside of us and in the beyond universes. So without further ado, there it is. Pillai Center Practice. Radha has posted Akshaya Tritiya is the best day. Did you post the, there it is. The Akshaya Tritiya is the best day of the year to donate to charity. Here's the link to Tripura Foundation. Thank you so much, Radha. So somebody was asking about the Tripura Foundation. There it is. And then also, Radha, if you can find the video on Ashraved, that maybe it's on the YouTube channel, Ashraved YouTube, where Swami Nivali had talked about the key elements or the special alignments that are happening during Akshaya Tritiya. Also, Dr. Pillai has given out, put together a beautiful video. It's maybe like a few minutes. And what he says in it are really empowering, because it's not about the ritual so much. Yes, that, he wants us to do that because that's the food for the soul. That's the fastest. However, if you can't participate because of budget constraints, then you can definitely watch it and listen to his message, which is we need to change our consciousness. We cannot keep thinking, how do I get money, or how do I make more money, or how do I increase my bank account, without having the divine support of those thoughts that have to come, because we will always negate. We'll say, oh, even though we say, I really want that, we will set our goal too high. So we will set our expectations so it will never be reached, or we won't think about it at all. We'll just stick our head in the ground like an ostrich and say, oh, well, it's never going to change. Why me? Okay, I'm just not going to think about it. So if we don't think about it, it won't grow. But if we do think about it and we ask the goddess through these bijas, these sounds that will unlock the secrets of the energy, that will go and do it. So it's not only this time of the year, we want it every day. We want it to increase every day. So there's a really great message that Dr. Pillai gives in a video. If you can find it, Radha, that would be awesome, that he just did on Pillai Center. And it's about this Akshaya Tritiya, which is on May 14th. And he goes into a little bit more in depth. So please just check that out as well, everyone. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to be moving away, and then we're going to go through this beautiful process. We have the goddess here. I'll explain a little bit about how this setup is. You can see Dr. Pillai in the background. His image is there. He just had a beautiful bath on Thursday. So he's all powered up. So enjoy, and we will meet up afterwards. I'll return back to the viewing, the camera screen, and then I will answer questions, or you can share your experiences on the chat. So thanks again, and let's get to it. So I'll be adjusting it a little bit so you can see the stage, the setup there. And what we have is this setup of this goddess. This is the Maha, or the Gaja Lakshmi. So Gaja means elephants. And this royalty Lakshmi, she's like the Queen Lakshmi. She's also destroyer of negativity. So as each queen rules the country, they destroy the negativity. They don't want anybody in the kingdom or the queendom to suffer. So we have this image of the goddess Lakshmi, Gaja Lakshmi. And so we also have a yantra here. This is a landing pad with the Shreem Brzee. And this Shreem Brzee is sacred geometry. And so when you have that, this is a 2x2, so it fits into the palm of your hand, and then you can put your right hand on top of it and then bring those hand chakras together and really feel the energy as you're chanting the mantra, and then the goddess is coming in to this 5 metal image of the goddess in sacred geometry. So just like we sign our name, it represents us. And so this is the goddess's name in sacred geometry. And then this is an image of the goddess Shreem Brzee, the goddess Lakshmi Shreem Brzee. You can see her pouring the gold, and she pours it into the bank, the heavenly bank, and that's how Kubera becomes the banker of heaven. So you might find out that money is in the bank, and how did it get there? It's because you've got this great connection to these divine beings. So this is the goddess, or an image of the goddess Shreem Brzee. So that together they are supercharged landing pads for the energy of the divine spiritual rays that will come in, and then it will radiate out. Hopefully some of you will capture that or experience that in the form of heat or tingling or some sense that you have connected. This is Dhana Kashana. This is Dhana means a boon, like to give the gold. Arkashana is the gold. So giving the gold is what this kind of image, this sacred geometry is all about here. And this is a little bit bigger image. And also it will bring in the goddess Lakshmi Shreem Brzee as well. So we have her there, another landing pad. And then we have the incense, you can see, is something that is, this is the Shreem Brzee incense, and it's one of the elements that we're going to be burning. And it's like doing a little mini fire lab at home. So if you can, purchase that and try it out, and it is, whoa, it will bring that consciousness into your life, into the space. We also have this image here. This is interesting, is an image of the Vrahi yantra. And I think I showed this recently, but this is a new, well, I've never seen it before until I received it. It was something that was energized in one of the services, the fire labs that I had participated in, Pillai Center or Ashrabat, I can't remember, but recently. So it came, and what an image. Isn't it amazing? So the image will impact our ability to imagine. So imagine, this sacred image is going to impact our brain that tells the rest of the body what to do. So that's how sacred geometry works. It will wake up something inside of us, because we're all, if you look at the molecules in our bodies, it's all sacred geometry. So that's how we align with these divine beings. They turn on that sacred geometry inside of each and every one of ourselves, such that we become that. So that's something that we will be activating as well with a mantra that will combine this goddess Vrahi. So that's Vrahi's sacred geometry, and Vrahi is this boar-headed goddess who is a goddess of the golden age, and she's a goddess that is associated with the image of Lakshmi. So she's a really powerful goddess on the earth plane to destroy poverty consciousness. So she's got these tusks and this long snout that will help to root out any kind of negativity, will bore it out. So we will activate that, these two images as well. And we have a mini Shri Chakra, and that has all the goddesses in its crystal. And it's covered in turmeric. And we'll talk about that too as we offer it. So we've got these fabulous images, and then we can put that into our imagination, and that will be helping us to attract that which we want to attract. We also have Ganesha, of course. We're going to be invoking him. So without further ado, let us get into it. Maybe I will see what happens if I can do that. Maybe that'll be nicer. Is that okay for you guys? We want to get into the energy, into the ambience of connecting with this goddess. And that's what happens when you go to India. Everything is done by the fireside and everything gets lit up, and it's so inviting at such a different level. So we want to get into a different space of receptivity and invoke all these beautiful energies into our lives. So closing your eyes then, and you can open them after we get settled in, you can go internally. And once you go internally, then you will connect with the goddess energy inside of you as well. Now focus your attention at the base of the spine and allow the energy of the goddess to reveal itself to you as we call on Ganesha to remove the obstacles for this energy to start to stir. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, piercing all the chakras on the way up, enlivening these energy centers, starting at the base of the spine. One by one, we're going to radiate that energy out in all directions with these sounds that activate the chakras. Base of the spine. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Move up to the throat, clear the throat. Move up to the middle of your brain, the third eye. Float back down to the base of the spine. Connect with the earth element down the legs as well, even into the feet and into the ground, the earth. With the sound. Na, 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 na. Move into the navel. The abdomen, fill it with water. Feel the cleansing energy of the water in the belly. Ma, 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 Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down the arms and hands. Feel the fire, purifying the heart. She, 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 she. Move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Connect with the air element or the subtle air, prana, the life force energy. Va, 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 va. Move up to the two eyes. Keep your eyeballs steady, still. Focus on the right and left brain. Fire up the neurons, fire up that light of the divine inside of you, in your brain and eyes. Connect with the ether, the akash or space. Ya, 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 ya. Now, imagine Dr. Pillai appearing bore you in a form you're familiar with, or a vast light. You're embraced by the light. Om Aim Reem Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Bhabhaya Swaha. Embrace the light that surrounds you, penetrates you, moves through you, releasing any negative, congested poverty consciousness stuck inside of you. See it leaving with this light and empowerment from Dr. Pillai. Om Aim Reem Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Bhabhaya Swaha. Keep soaking up the rays of light in your brain, in your eyes, your whole being. Om Aim Reem Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Bhabhaya Swaha. Now, embrace the goddess within you. Imagine the goddess Shreem Brzee, Mahalakshmi Shreem Brzee, in your third eye. A beautiful golden goddess, dazzling, sparkling light, silver, gold, pink, purple, red, sparkling light in the third eye that expands in the whole brain and pours through the whole body like a fountain overflowing continuously, activating all the chakras in the subtle body. Imagine the goddess Shreem Brzee in your right eye. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Move to the left eye. The goddess is there. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. The goddess is in the third eye. Enliven it now with the sounds to awaken the third eye, the portal, the doorway to her energy, overflowing, everlasting, non-depleting wealth. Third eye, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Feel it. Now you can chant along with me, hearing your own voice inside your head, inside the third eye, 3 times. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Feel it. And again. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Feel it. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now imagine this image empowered in your third eye, floating down into your heart center. Feel this clicking as she enters the heart, settles in, locks into the heart. Feel your heart, your physical heart and your heart center, chakra. Once again, out loud, feel her in your heart. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Feel it. And again. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Feel it. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Feel the goddess. Now imagine that energy in the goddess expanding to fill your entire body from head to toe. You're radiating with the goddess. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now for a moment, notice where the goddess is waking up inside of the different body parts. And then internally chant or silently chant the sounds Shreem Brzee with your mind. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Now, you can slowly, slowly open your eyes. Be gazing forward at the image of the goddess that you can see here. And we'll offer her the different items one by one. So we've offered a mango to Ganesha. We'll offer that now. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. He loves the mango. Then we're going to offer these different items. So this is a little bit of trail mix. So you can have any kind of fruit or trail mix at home if you want to do this at home. So this has some nuts and some cranberry and raisins and things. These golden images here, orangey gold, are turmeric root. It's dried out. And turmeric is what you offer to the goddess. So we'll offer that to her. And that's the gold that will awaken gold consciousness inside of you. So the food item. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. And then you can take each piece of the turmeric and then place it on your images, whether you have a picture or a statue. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. We're going to offer the next item that represents, so this is the earth element, then we're going to offer the water. So if you have a glass of spring water or tap water is fine as well. Just don't drink out of it beforehand. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Everything is offered with the right hand. And then next we're going to offer the fire element, so the ghee lamp, or if you have a candle, that's fine too. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. The next item is going to be the incense that represents the air element. And this is the Shreem Brzee incense, so it has the special herbs for diffusing poverty consciousness and enlivening wealth consciousness. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. And finally, we will offer the flowers that represent the ether, the Akash. And with the flowers, we're also going to be thinking about what we want to manifest. So perhaps you can think of an amount of money every month, or some amount of money, or a job that will bring the money, whatever it is for you. Or maybe you just want the item without having to pay for it. You just want the house or the car or whatever it is. So we're also going to do something special, which is to offer the flowers with turmeric rice. So you can see the white is the rice, and then there's turmeric in a powder. And the turmeric, again, is gold. So we can combine that with the flowers and then offer that to the goddess. So you can just put it all together or do it separately. I just like to do it all at once, and then we'll offer it to this Shreem Brzee statue here, this image that you can see here. So as you're gazing into the image of the goddess, imagine this gold being poured onto you as well. Shreem Brzee, and then chant out loud so you hear your own voice vibrating inside of you. Shreem Brzee, 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 Om Shreem Brzee, Shri Swarnavarahi Devye Namaha. Om Shreem Brzee, Shri Swarnavarahi Devye Namaha. Om Shreem Brzee, Shri Swarnavarahi Devye Namaha. Now you can close your eye and bring her energy inside, and we'll chant together the sounds Shreem Brzee. Focus your attention on your heart, on your third eye, on your brain, or wherever you want to put this goddess into you that will heal your body, heal your mind, heal your soul, and awaken beauty, health, wealth, happiness, joy, peace. So together now, we're going to get the blessings of Dr. Pillai. Connect with your heart center, connect with your third eye. Shreem Brzee, 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 Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now you can be opening your eyes and gazing towards the images. There's something incredible happening here that you can watch on the recording. It's just flashing light. I'm not sure what's happening, but let's enjoy. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee. Now we're going to offer a little bit of ghee into the ghee lamp. So I have some ghee here, and then we're going to offer it saying the mantra and put it into the ghee lamp. And then this is a mini fire lamp, so you can follow along once again. These are different ways in which we can honor the goddess. So if you have a spoon, or I can even use an incense stick, which I'm going to use. That's all the amount that you need. So imagine the goddess coming into the flame. Shreem Brzee. And that's it. It's just a drop. Let's turn this down a little bit. Shreem Brzee. 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 Now, make your prayer to the goddess. inside of you and also during this ritual that has become alive with her energy. Even if you can't see it with your eyes, you know it. That some shift is happening. Make a prayer to Dr. Pillai for inviting you at the level of your soul to come and participate in this mini offering to the goddess. Maybe make a prayer to those people who are here during this live call for gathering and creating a beautiful space for the goddess to come in. And then to those of you who are going to be watching the recording and sharing it with others, we need the blessings to be passed on so they're ever increasing, everlasting, non-depleting. And then pray for those who need it the most: food, clothing, shelter, medicines, education, people to love them. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul. Peace to the environment, peace to the world. Peace, peace, peace. So that is it as far as our session goes today here at Pillai Center Practice, Powertime Practice. And hopefully you experience something that is going to be everlasting for you. And thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you will participate in the services that are offered through Pillai Center or Ashravid as per your preference, and get the blessings from the goddess during this powerful time, Akshaya Tritiya. So please do share your experiences on the chat because it will inspire others. It certainly was a little bit of a shock to me, this thing that was happening. And maybe you can rewind this while you're watching the recording. There were flashes of light, and we're always trying to figure out, is the divine accepting this offering that we're doing with our heart and soul? Even though it may not be perfect, or you feel like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing. Actually, that's kind of a good way to be out of your mind and out of your knowing of this is how it is and so on, and getting all puffed up about it. You're just going with this energy that's coming into you, and you're saying the name, you're saying the sounds, please come. Just by you not thinking, you're just participating in calling on the goddess. Whether you have an image of the goddess in a statue or a yantra that we shared here, or a picture of her, maybe you can put one on your smartphone or your desktop, and then you can just do it virtually to that media image. And you will start to merge with this energy because it's so available, it's readily available. And so the indicator for tonight, at least here in our ritual that we did, thanks to the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai, was this flash of light was coming in as we were offering to the goddess. So how else do we know? Sometimes there's a flicker, or sometimes a flower will drop. And I think some flowers were dropping from the statue when we were chanting. So sometimes when we have our eyes closed, or we're in this different kind of state of consciousness, we don't really notice until we can watch the recording. That's the beauty of technology now. We can say, oh my God, there she is. There's that image, and you can freeze it. And then maybe you'll even see an image of the goddess in that spiritual form as you take the snapshot. Pictures are worth 1,000 words or more, right? Because you've snapped it, and your intuition asked you to take a look now. So, and that's all it needs. You don't need to have a whole video of it going on. The divine can do things in a flash, in an instant. And then once you know, it inspires you to keep chanting, even if you never see that again or have that confirmation, you have gotten the connection. Just like when you get a good Wi-Fi connection, you put in the passcode, the password, and then boom, you're on the internet. You're logged on. You don't think, oh, I should go check to see if I'm logged on. You're already surfing, so you don't have to check again. And you just keep doing what you're doing. So chanting the mantra, Shreem Brzee, is going to do it. So Judy Engel Byervy is saying, thank you for the beautiful ritual to Shreem Brzee. The light flashing was quite awesome. Many blessings. Oh, good. And Kalyani is saying, yes, I saw the flashes and the flower falling. Fabulous. Shilpa is saying, I felt Lakshmi is in my third eye when light is flashing. Really profound experience. Beautiful. Teresa is saying, thank you, Babaji and the Pillai Center team. Awesome. Laura is saying here, wow, Sutrita, the yantra that is at the goddess' feet is flashing bright light even now. Oh, great. Great. So that's how we know, because these divine beings are fire. They are like thousands and thousands of suns, like the burning bush was for Moses. It's like, wow, this is incredible. So we want to experience that energy, that intelligence that is coming from the divine, and how it comes is when we offer with our heart and soul, just doing what we can do, or what we can do so innocently and purely, is just to say, can you take this bit of food, even if it's a raisin? Can you take a little bit of water? Can you show me with the light? If I offer it to you, maybe I won't see anything, but I'll feel the fire inside of me burning, that Kundalini energy, the goddess energy inside. Can you help to clear my mind from these thoughts that are bombarding me and blocking me from thinking prosperity thoughts? So that's how the incense comes in and purifies the space and purifies your mind and purifies the ego that edges God out, that says, oh, this is not true. And then you just burn the incense, especially if you can get Shreem Brzee incense. It's the goddess, it's herself. So maybe that has also contributed to the experience that we had tonight. Offering the Shreem Brzee incense is like doing a fire lab to the goddess, or a fire ritual, which the goddess comes. So, and then offering the flowers, as we saw. You can offer the turmeric and rice, but I'll just give you a little heads up. Look at my hand, it's turned to gold. So make sure that you are using something like I have on the altar. I have a cloth that I can wash afterwards. And so you don't want this to get onto your furniture or onto your clothes. And if it does, well, make sure that you're using clothes that you're going to be using for your pujas like this. So, and then you can scrub that off as well before touching anything in your space. It'll stain it. So make sure you do that. I also wanted to share about the Shreem Brzee. You can see the Nambu herbs here. This is something that you ingest the goddess. So this is the goddess, Shreem Brzee, the Nambu herbs that Dr. Pillai's company it's the energized turmeric with Shreem Brzee, wealth consciousness infused in it. So you can, it says to take 1 to 2 capsules a day. I take 1 daily. And then what I do first, though, is I have it here. Here's a capsule. And then I will offer it to the goddess. You can just Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Please be infused in this, and then infuse it in me when I ingest it. So you can try that out as well. And you will have prosperity consciousness all the time. So Dr. Pillai says, who wakes up and says, I want money every day? None of us. We always go, oh my God, I don't have enough money. And that's a little bit different. Doesn't sound like it's good or bad. It's just like, where are your thoughts going? Are they going to what you don't have? Or are they going towards, I want money every day? It's our birthright. And then when we get that kind of affirmation going on, and that awareness that we need money in the bank every day, don't care how it comes, it has to be there and building and growing. And that takes a lot of guts and a lot of courage and a lot of fortitude, a lot of strength of the mind to say, I'm going to stomp out poverty consciousness or that doubt that it's going to happen or it's ridiculous. So please do watch that video. The link is posted to this chat, and we will also post it into the newsletter that will get sent out, and you can read and access that video that Dr. Pillai did. It's a fabulous message. And so taking the Shreem Brzee capsules once a day is going to really help you to keep attracting those thoughts to you, so you build that consciousness inside of you. So just scrolling up here, Johnny Johnson is saying, I learn something new every time I watch. Thank you, Suchitra. Oh, great. Pamela is saying, felt Lakshmi in my heart. Awesome. Ivan, thank you. I felt my hands really warm. And that's what happens is when we feel something happen inside of our body, then we can't negate it. No one can. And no one can say, oh, you didn't feel that. Or they can say whatever they want. It doesn't matter. What you will feel is that's the truth. So the truth is the God or the goddess is saying, this is your birthright. It's inside of you. So birth it to your consciousness. So then you know it's happening. It's for real. And then it will inspire you or motivate you to keep doing your mantras. So you can write Shreem Brzee, or you can write Brzee, B-R-Z-E-E, or B-R-Z-E-E, depending on tomatoes or tomatoes, right? So it's B-R-Z-E-E is the sound for the highest vibrating sound for wealth consciousness, or building that consciousness. Just like the Dr. Pillai says, the seed which we plant is going to bring up the plant or the tree. And so all the secrets are in the seed sound. So Brzee is going to burst wealth consciousness in each of our cells of our body and our mind and our being and our spiritual energy body. So we want to make sure that we're feeding or we're planting the right kinds of seeds to have that consciousness take over our lives and show us how to be in the right place at the right time, thinking, saying, and doing the right thing. The right people are coming, and you're just like, oh my God, this is miracles. Yeah, that's what the goddess is. So we can't move on our spiritual path without the goddess's blessings. So once a year, we don't want to miss this opportunity. So participate whatever way you can. Write this mantra, 108 times, 1,008, 10,008, 100,008, 1,000,008, or 1,000,000 times. Why we say 108 is there's a very sacred energy that comes in. It removes a layer of consciousness from us. So we will peel it away, and that will never come back. We can't be the old way of being because it's peeled away. And that's what saying a mantra 108 times will do. It will remove a layer of consciousness. And then in its place, the mantra will be there, and that layer of consciousness will be there. So that's how we will expand our consciousness to attract. We'll be like a magnet attracting all good things in life. Regardless of how much money you think you have or don't have, you will always have. So Shitna is saying here, I saw some kind of light while chanting the Avatar Arti. That's wonderful. So the Avatar Arti is the Om Aim Hrim Sarvalokaya Adhityaya Shiva Satguru Bhavaya Swaha. It's also called the Mula Mantra. And then you offer light to the image of Dr. Pillai as well when you're saying that mantra or listening to it. The flashes from the Supreme Mother, Laura Lakshmi is saying. Susan B is saying, I saw those flashes of light. I opened my eyes and I got a head buzz. That's great. Who gets a head buzz without taking any drugs? All right. Elizabeth is saying, a spa day for Lakshmi. She loves it. Great. Yeah, it was fun offering. Try it out too. You can offer, we don't have any more, but you offer the either rice grains, and it can be any kind of rice grains. Don't worry about if it's brown rice, wild rice, white rice, jasmine rice. It doesn't matter. And it can be cooked or non-cooked. The non-cooked, uncooked is easier to manage But you can cook it too if that's what your tradition tells you to do. And sprinkle some turmeric on it, turmeric powder, or ground up a piece of turmeric root and put that there. Even fresh turmeric root you can as well. Mix it up and then offer it with the flower petals to an image or in front of the image of the goddess and see what happens. So this is all alchemy. It's all a spiritual experiment, spiritual science. So try these things out, ingesting it, offering it, and feeling that connection to the turmeric, which is gold. And then you will be attracting that. Sometimes people will say, you're glowing like gold. And you can say, well, I'm ingesting turmeric. And that could be it as well, because it gives you health as well. So health is wealth. And so you want to have that experience, that energy too, as well. Ivan is saying, I saw the light, the flashing light. I thought it was the camera, but it's not. It's her. Yeah, that's what I was going to. Am I moving something? And I was far away from I wasn't touching the altar or anything. And I'm like, this is really strange. Is this actually happening? So that's the first time for me that it's happened. And that brings me a lot of joy because I never know how the goddess is going to show up. And she shows up in her own way and always blows my mind. And that's what I want. I want to be in my heart and soul and doing my best to invoke her and ask her to come and reveal herself to the people. And of course, it's all through the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai. I can't be saying that I'm doing it. He is the power and the energy behind our consciousness that's saying, hey, this is how you connect. Are you good? Did you see her? Did you feel her? Okay, keep going now. So it's very inspiring, and I hope that you will do that. So writing her mantra, offering these different items to her, whatever you have, even if it's just water, not just water, but everybody has access to tap water. You can offer her a glass of water, and she will come with your heart and body and mind and soul. Usually you have a little bit of food around, a piece of fruit or something. You can offer that. Or if you have flowers, then you can offer that as well. So have it ahead of time. And then when Akshaya Tritiya comes, the actual day, May 14th here in Eastern Daylight Savings Time, you can, try it out and just be chanting or listening to Shreem Brzee. There's so many YouTubes of Dr. Pillai at Pillai Center Practice. So you can just listen to or watch the YouTubes that he has put out on this particular day. Get all that consciousness into you and spend as much time as you can. And if you also can participate in the services that are offered, you are going to be seeing incredible wealth all through the year. So, and as you go along, it'll keep building and building because it's the secret to non-depleting wealth. So who doesn't have debt? You want to get out of that. And you just can do that by being in the right place and doing the right thing at the right time. So Johnny is saying here, Johnny Johnson, keep repeating Dr. Pillai's name and look at his image. Ask him to bless your intuition between us and use the life experience as a tool to your personal guruship. We're all gods and goddesses. Absolutely. So that's our birthright. We need to find a way to align with that all the time. But life takes us here and there, and we have our ups and downs, our worries, and so on. But just doing these simple practices can invoke the goddess. So even if you have a ghee lamp or you have a tea light even, make sure you have a plate underneath it. And then if you have a little bit of ghee, you can take an eyedropper, or just like I did, I just took the incense stick, the tip of the incense stick, and then just dipped it in the ghee and then just offered it to the lamp, and the energy was there. How? It just is. So these are spiritual tools that have been blessed by Dr. Pillai, and he's saying, just try it. You will know, because you will feel happier. You will feel joy for no reason. You'll feel like clarity. You might even get a solution to your problem. When you're sleeping tonight, ask the goddess to come in and just say, Brzee, 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 or life is a Brzee. And then instead of saying life is a breeze, you say life is Brzee. And that will be your life force, your guiding light. And it will bring the consciousness. So play with this mantra. play with it inside of your being and inside of your rituals. Again, rituals enrich you. They make you to feel that connection to the god or the goddess inside, the birthright. It has to be birthed again and again and again until you become that. So thanks for that message, Johnny Johnson. He's also saying gold is now per 1834 per ounce. It's good money, karma, dharma. I have a fixation on all precious metals, diamond, etc. Get pictures of billionaires and watch them. And that's another thing you can do. Thanks for the reminder, Johnny. Make yourself a vision board. Now that can be a digital vision board on your phone or on your tablet or your iPad or your computer. And you just collect images that really rock your world. And like pictures of your beautiful home that you want, pictures of your beautiful car. Even if you think, I will never, ever be able to afford that. Who knows? Someone might give it to you. So, or you might inherit it from some distant relative. And it is exactly the picture that was on your vision board. So it's so incredible when we put these images into our eyesight. Even if we don't sit and meditate on that vision board, when we put it where we can see it and it flashes, those images flash into our mind, into our brain grasps those images, and it puts it into the visual memory cortex. So it stores it in the visual bank and says, all right, when you're ready, and that investment of your time, your energy, and always looking at what you want to manifest, that pops in. And when it's ready, when it's cooked up, and you've done your spiritual practices and you're clear about what you want, all of a sudden you'll be going, how did that manifest? It's there. So that's always fun when you pop stuff onto your vision board. You can put the goddess Lakshmi in the middle, Shreem Brzee, or an image of Dr. Pillai, or your favorite image of your favorite spiritual being. Maybe many of them can be there on your vision board as well. And you just look at them and say, okay, you make that happen. I don't know how I'm going to get that beautiful swimming pool in my backyard, or I don't know how I'm going to manifest a new wardrobe or healed relationships with my family members. So whatever rocks your world and you haven't been able to feel that experience or manifest that experience, then this is the time. Akshaya Tritiya is saying, hey, what do you want? Because I'm here to deliver. But if we don't know what we want, we won't be able to change directions in our life. We won't be able to come out of that poverty consciousness, not having enough. So even if you feel like, I don't know what beauty is, go find out on the internet or in a magazine. And people will say, well, I can't even shop for magazines because of lockdown here in Toronto, Canada. And it's like, well, all of a sudden a magazine gets delivered to your doorstep. And then it's the perfect magazine of everything that you wanted to cut out and stick on your vision board. So writing the mantra, putting it on your vision board, putting the visions of what you want to, or the images of what you envision yourself living into. It's like a day in the life of you. What would fulfill it? What would that look like? And pop it all on there on your poster board or on your digital board, and then look at it. And you don't have to think about it. You just look at it and allow your eyes to have eye candy. Yum, yum. So soak it all in and then be saying Brzee, 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 Brzee. You're going to do it, Brzee, because Brzee is also a fabulous karma busting word. So that's another secret that has been revealed by Dr. Pillai, is when you say Brzee, you bust karma. So today was Shani Pradosham, a window of time to erase a lot of karma. Guess what you just did? You showed up. Shani is Saturn. He rules Saturday. It happens to be aligned with the 13th moon. So it's a Shani Pradosham, meaning here, you just did the right karma. So therefore, you don't have to suffer through karmas. You can get the blessings. So doing this practice today, participating in it, chanting the mantra Brzee, feeling her waking up inside of you, participating in the services once a year. As Dr. Pillai says, you got to do this, whatever you can do during Akshaya Tritiya. if you don't do it during that time, you're going to have to wait another whole year for that time to come around. It's not that it's a bad thing. It's just you missed out. So we don't want anybody to miss out. So chanting the mantra, writing the mantra, meditating on the mantra. Again, so many free YouTubes, or there are courses that are offered through Apply Center Academy on Shreem Brzee, OMG. Those are all initiations by Dr. Pillai, all the practices, initiating the goddess into you even more deeply or more profoundly. So check those out as well if you're new to those teachings, or visit them if you took the course a while ago and you haven't visited, do it during Akshaya Tritiya or even after that. So not any more questions. Lots of people from around the world are saying hi. Wow, people from all over the world. Awesome. So yes, Mystic Mantra is posting here, prayers for India. Oh my gosh. God bless you all in India and your families to be well and happy and safe. And it's just such an incredible time everyone is going through all around the world, and India is really getting hit hard. So we need to come together as a spiritual community and send our prayers out, our heart and soul felt prayers to the divine. Please go and help the people in India. So yes, or anywhere in the world. So Laura Lakshmi is asking, Sushiji, could you please tell us what the yantra is, the one at the goddess feet? It's so bright, I can't see, only light, like a piece of paper. This one? So this is the one, this is called Dana Krishana. And this is a yantra for the goddess Lakshmi Shreem Brzee as well. So it gives you it's boon giving and gives you wealth of all kinds. So health, wealth, beauty, joy, happiness. And she's all lit up because she's covered there. You can see her loving the turmeric. And even there's some images in the turmeric. So when you're watching the recording, maybe you'll pause it and you just see there's some images that are being shown there by the goddess. So you can meditate on that too as well. So that's it for the goddess there. Yes, Gina is saying, do reach out to help India through Ashravet or Tripura Foundation. Yes, and that's what you can do as well, because we can't go there. We can't, even if we could travel, and even if we said, hey, we want to go and help out with, physically helping, you just can't do that. It's not possible. So yes, our prayers are going out to everyone, and may the goddess Shreem Brzee bring health, wealth, happiness, enlightenment, and find a way out of the harms and hurdles that are surrounding everyone. And with Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, so let it be. And that's what we do. We just, with our heart and our whole being, we just can cry out, and it doesn't take long, maybe 10 seconds or a minute even. And to know that we can't do it. So we must call on these beings to do it. And where are those beings? In each and every one of the souls in those places, such as India or anywhere around the world. Laura Lakshmi saying, thank you so much, and thanks to everyone. Yes, thanks so much, and thanks to everyone. All right. So I think that we will wrap it up for now. And thanks so much, everyone, for joining. Thanks to Radha, Betsy, and also Yajna for helping out all these years. They have the blessings of the goddess, and I am so blessed with their support, helping everyone here to make the most out of your week ahead. So keep chanting the mantra, writing the mantra, listening to the mantra, do your vision board, create your vision board, have it where you can put it up where you can see it or where you're going to look at it all the time. And then live in that consciousness of Brzee. And you will experience her grace, her blessings coming through during this Akshaya Tritiya. Make sure that you jump onto the webinar that Gina Lakshmi is also going to be hosting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And she will be on, their link is posted here on the chat as well. So God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you when we see you next, which is next Saturday, same time, same space. And please share this with your friends, and maybe they can come and receive blessings as well. All right. Take care. God bless. Namaste.